it's tournament time, and UPN 9 brings you all the action live.
And look out, showtime.
The tradition continues as the boys prepare for battle and take to the courts.
Not a breakaway. One man to beat.
Who will become the state champion?
Three. And it's a one-point game.
And now, the Minnesota State Boys High School Basketball Championships. It's tournament time.
It is our 10th and final day of spring tournaments. The spring tournaments on UPN 9. And we come to the capital city and the River Center Arena in St. Paul to crown 4 boys basketball champions before the day is over. We welcome you to St. Paul with Janet Carlton and Andy Skugman. I'm Jeff Grayson. We have the 1 and 2A championships for you this afternoon. Andy, will start with 1A. We have Carlton against Norman County East. Norman County East, an experienced team, 4 seniors in the starting 5. Carlton, no seniors in the starting 5.
Norman County East, definitely an interesting team. They suited up only 9 players in yesterday's win over Rushford-Peterson. They played only 7. We thought that depth might be a problem. You know what? We were dead wrong. Carlton, on the other hand, a good inside-outside team. Carlton is Sam Pearsall. He provides perimeter scoring. On the inside, we'll show you the key player for Carlton. He provides the inside punch. He is Mike Wilson, the junior center, 6'5". He pretty much took over the game yesterday in the second half as Carlton defeated Sleepy Eye yesterday. Wilson with 17 points in their semifinal win. For Norman County East, John Gullensroot, number 24, the 5'11 junior guard. He had 20 points in Norman County East win over Rushford-Peterson. So some good players out there on the floor in our first 1A game.
That is our 1A championship. Janet, you and Roger Buxton will call the 2A championship Long Prairie Gray Eagle against De La Salle.
That's right, and many people are wondering if it's going to be a very close game. De La Salle looked awesome yesterday. They just simply rolled. They made 7 three-pointers, shot nearly 60% from three-point range, and they featured outstanding guards in Ben Johnson and Dominique Sims, but also a 7'2" guy inside, Antonio Ramos. They will face up against a Long Prairie team who's going to need the efforts of Ruda inside. He was in foul trouble yesterday, and he's going to need some support from the big guys inside to counter that 7'2" force inside.
You're right. The Islanders definitely will be the favorite in that game. That's our 2A game. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip in our 1A championship. Norman County East getting set to take on Carlton.
These days, it seems like there's a sport utility behind every treat. Well, here's a tip to help you choose the right one. Look for the one with innovations, like our elevated theater seating. The most power and towing capacity in its class. The strongest frame, the most seating configurations, the most room. You'll know it when you see it. Durango. New ground for the new Dodge.
First Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points. And you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from First Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
Hi, I'm calling about a home equity loan. Right?
We've got a lot of things from Best Buy. You should make our house a Best Buy house.
Ma'am, we're the Best Buy Residence Evaluation Team.
Come on in.
In order to declare your house an official Best Buy house, we're going to need to take a look around. Is that okay, ma'am? How would you classify this selection?
Large. I needed a scanner and a fax machine.
Surround sound?
Yes.
Congratulations. Here's your plaque. Here's your certificate. And if you'll initial right here for the optional yard sign.
The optional what? This is a yard sign.
The Best Buy house. Now that's a great idea.
It's so big.
Swing into spring with a new Storm and Screen door at Menards. This Mastercraft door by Larson has a solid wood core and lifetime warranty, just $73.88. Craft-faced fiberglass insulation from Johns Manville is great for insulating walls and ceilings and helps control sound. Choose from R11 or R13, now $6.83 a roll. Home improvements are easy with savings from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
We are back at the River Center Arena, getting set for our Class 1A championship. Norman County East getting set to take on Carlton with Andy Skugman. I Grayson. Andy, we got a chance to call Norman County East's game yesterday. It is the Eagles' first trip here. They defeated Red Lake in the quarterfinals and Rushford-Peterson in a close game, 57-54 in the semis. Carlton defeated Hancock, the defending champion, in the quarterfinals, 65-52, and Sleepy Eye St. Mary's yesterday, it's a young fan, 63-47. That is how the teams got to the championship game. Carlton will be the home team in blue, trimmed in red and white. Norman County East, the road team, they are in gold, trimmed in black and white.
Well, we had some real good semifinals. If they are any indication of the championship game, Jeff, we're in for an excellent championship Saturday.
I hope you are correct. And this one looks like a good matchup. As we told you in the open, Carlton does not have one senior in the starting five, a freshman and 4 juniors. So you have to think of them as the favorite already in 1A next year. While Norman County East starts 4 seniors and a junior.
Real quick note, too, in the Class 1A third place game, Sleepy Eye and Rushford-Peterson. Rushford-Peterson defeating Sleepy Eye. Final score 64-47. That's in the third place game in Class 1A.
Rushford-Peterson went down to the wire with Norman County East yesterday. The final was 57-54 Eagles. Eagles, excuse me, are 26-2. The Bulldogs are 22-6. And now it is time to go to the Dean of Public Address Announcers here at the state tournament, Bob Reed.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to River Center. It's championship basketball for 1A. Introducing first the cheerleaders from the visiting team from Norman County East. Please greet Jamie Jensen, Terry Anderson, Mary Warnschulz, Carissa Orsland, Virginia Dalen, Sarah Baki, and Nikki Skansgard. The advisor is Debbie Opsahl, the Norman County East cheerleaders. And now introducing the home cheerleaders from Carlton. Please greet Ashani Sheldon, Jen Auble, Ann Moline, Courtney Rowe, Jolene Underland, Candace Courier, and the mascot, Sarah DeKaney. And their advisor is Nicole Finholm, the Carlton cheerleaders and mascot. And now let's meet first the reserves for both teams, starting with the Section 6 champions, the visitor this afternoon, a record now of 26-2, the Norman County East Eagles. Wearing the light color visitors jerseys, starting with a 6-foot senior forward, number 21, this is a 5'11 junior guard, number 22, Adam Broers. A 5'10 junior guard, number 30, Jeff Plattner. .5'11 junior forward, number 45, Rick Kraft. And a 6'2 senior center, number 52, Dan Pinsky. And now introducing the reserves for the home team, the Section 7 champions, a record of 22-6, the Carlton Bulldogs. Wearing the dark-colored home jerseys, starting with a 5'9 sophomore guard, number 5, Nick Hannanen. 5'8" sophomore guard, number 3, Damian Bryant. .58" freshman guard, number 12, Paul Crotto. .58" freshman forward, number 13, Doug Kurtula. .6" senior forward, number 14, Jeremy Jokinen. .5'11" sophomore guard, number 20, Paul Stein. .6" junior forward, number 22, Dan Jones. .6" sophomore forward, number 23, Chris Munch. .6" junior forward, number 45, Chris Sauter. And a 6'1" junior forward, number 50, Bob Berthiaume. And now introducing the starters, alternating by team, starting with the forwards. For Norman County East, 6' senior, number 21, Nathan Anderson. For Carlton, 5'11" junior, number 40, Matt Kurtula. At the other forward for Norman County East, 5'10" senior, number 23, Brandon Stunis. For Carlton, 6' junior, number 21, Tim Munch. At center for Norman County East, 6'3" senior, number 32, Mike Severson. For Carlton, 6'5" junior, number 34, Mike Wilson. At guard for Norman County East, 5'11" junior, number 24, John Gullingsrud. For Carlton, 5'9" junior, number 24, Joe Bain. At the other guard for Norman County East, 5'11" senior, number 25, Kyle Olson. For Carlton, 6' junior, number 30, Sam Pearsall. The Norman County East assistant coaches are Mike Sather and Keith Hansen. The head Eagles coach, Kevin McKeever. And for Carlton, the assistant coach, Derek Wheats, and the head Bulldogs coach, Mike Devney. The officials for this game are Roger Neal and Terry Knopf. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before the anthem, it's a pleasure to introduce one player from each team with an important message for you. Representing Norman County East, number 22, Adam Broers. And representing Carlton, number 40, Matt Kurtula.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Minnesota State High School League State Basketball Tournament. We appreciate your attendance at this tournament and hope you enjoy it. The State Basketball Tournament is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair play, good sportsmanship among players and coaches. As athletes, we ask that spectators promote the ideals of good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our opponents and the calls of the officials.
Thank you, Matt Kurtula and Adam Broers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're invited to stand and join along and sing as the Carlton High School Band, conducted by Sherry Janovic, leads us in our national anthem.
It is time for Championship Saturday to begin. The 1A championship game between Norman County East, 26-2, and the Bulldogs of Carlton, 22-6. There are the lineups. Stunis, Anderson, Severson, Olson, and Gullinger. That backcourt was a key factor yesterday. And then Munch, Kurtula, Wilson, Pearsall, and Bain for Carlton.
We talked about Gullinsrud in the open of this show, but watch for Kyle Olson, number 25 for Norman County East, too. This kid can score.
Again, Carlton is in blue, trimmed in red and white. They're the home team. Norman County East, the road team, wearing gold, trimmed in black and white, and we're set for championship basketball. This is Joe Bain, 5'9" junior. Over to Tim Munch, quickly to Wilson. Mike Wilson makes it 2-0 Carlton.
That's what Carlton wants. They want to find Wilson inside quickly. Scored 17 in Carlton's semifinal win. He's a big key factor for Carlton.
Almost a steal. Severson picks it up. Good defense by the Bulldogs here. Gullingsrud weaves in. Drops it off for Stunis. No shot. Anderson. No. On the line, it'll stay with the Eagles. Kevin McKeever in his second year in the championship game brings the team in at 26-2. Pull-up jumper, Olsen.
Norman County East basket by 25, Kyle Olson.
We are tied at 2 on Kyle Olson's jumper. Joe Bain left side on the outside of the three-point line, and he has to call timeout because of the defense by Kyle Olson. It is a 20-second timeout. Well, 2-2 here. We've played 1 minute and 13 seconds.
A 20-second timeout.
Yes, we have. Mike Wilson had 17 against Sleepy Eye St. Mary's yesterday, but Pearsall with 21. Dan Jones off the bench had 15. Those three players combining for 53 points. Those three actually outscored the Knights. They won that game 63-47. Carlton to inbound. Here's Bain covered by Olson. Matt Kurtula on the left side. They have a couple brother combinations on the Bulldogs team. The Kurtulas and the Munches. Tim Munch drops it off for Kurtula, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line. First foul of the game. And it's on Brandon Stunis, his first.
Fouls on 23. Stunis, his first, team's first. 46-2. Matt Kurtula.
Matt Kurtula hits the shot. And it's 3-2 here in the early going. 1 out of 2. It's a 1-point lead. Rebound, and Nathan Anderson and Kyle Olson brings it up. Gullingsrud, left side, baseline. 4-3. First lead of the game for the Eagles.
Have to be real impressed with Gullinsrud. After yesterday's performance, comes right out in the championship game. Doesn't look nervous at all, and he's just a junior.
The one junior in the starting 5 for the Eagles. There's Wilson on the block. He drops it off for Kurtula. Gets it back, misses the shot. Gold shirts on the glass. McKeever says 1. Here they come. Anderson. Coach told them to run, and they did. 6-3, Norman County East on Nathan Anderson's basketball out of bounds. Eagles get it again. Stan Jones will come into the Carlton lineup. The Eagles with a little bit of momentum in the early going.
First Bank is about to become U.S. Bank.
It's the Great Jeep event, and great deals on your favorite Jeep vehicles are showing up wherever you look. Like a low $259 a month lease on the legendary 190 horsepower Cherokee Sport. And get air conditioning, power windows and locks, and remote keyless entry at no extra charge. The landscape will never be the same during the Great Jeep event, brought to you by the most award-winning brand of 4x4s on earth. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
There are 3 reasons so many Minnesota youngsters have such straight and even teeth. Dr. Bethis, Dr. Kuipers, and their friendly staff. Only $98 a month and no payment up front. Call 1-800-BRACES-4 for a great orthodontist near you.
KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1998 Minnesota State High School basketball tournament. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School League. Andy, thanks. You're welcome, Jeff.
Eagles on a run here. Olsen for 3. Too much. Oh, falling down to the floor hard was Pearsall. And he got, well, he didn't call for the foul, but it went out of bounds, and the Eagles will have the ball. He took a hard tumble.
He did take a hard tumble, Jeff. Little physical early on. I mean, that's I think Norman County East and Carlton both. I mean, you come out in this championship game, you're going to play hard and aggressive.
Severson just hit the basket off the inbound.
32, Mike Severson starting.
Bulldogs lose it, but it was last touched by an Eagle. It's 8-3.
You would think if the Bulldogs ran, you would think that would be to their benefit because Norman County East only has 9 players, but they showed us yesterday against Rushford Peterson they can run and gun with the best.
Stunis comes out of there with the ball. Here's Kyle Olsen again, a 5-point lead for the Eagles. Olsen behind the back dribble into the lane. Oh, what a move.
I like that move. Able to switch to the left hand, and we talk about it all the time when we cover high school basketball, both girls and boys. If you can use that left hand, that's huge.
He's got 4, and you're right, he's seeing their attack right now. It's a 7-point game. Inside, Wilson. Mike Wilson with 4 of the 5.
Both of Wilson's baskets were off place just like that little quick low post moves. The Eagles are going to have trouble stopping that.
Olsen just drove again. Kyle Olsen with 6. And it's the guards really against the big man here early. Bain thought about the 3, and who else? Wilson inside. Not enough off the glass. Severson with a rebound, and it's too much on the pass. It goes out of bounds right by our table.
They're going to have to, the Eagles are going to have to hope that Mike Wilson doesn't have a hot hand and misses shots like that because he's being uncontested right now inside.
He's got 4 on 2 of 3 shooting, almost a delay of game warning called on our statistician.
He likes to hold up game. Kind of relevant.
He is. Dan Jones inside to Wilson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Can't get it to go down, but he will go to the line.
The Eagles simply don't have the height to match up with Wilson inside like that. He's made 2 of them, missed the previous one. That one he drew the foul. Now he's on the free throw line. But the Eagles are going to have to try to figure out a way to stop him down in the paint.
Well, you make a good point because right now Dan Pinsky, a 6'2 senior, comes in, replacing Brandon Stunis. So he's 4 inches taller. So that will give the Eagles more size in there. Pinsky 6'2, Severson 6'3. Yeah. Wilson hits the free throws. 12-7 now, 5-point game. Wilson with 6 of the 7. Mike Wilson having a good first quarter. There's Pinsky out high. Over to Severson. He's going to the basket. Stops his drive. Here's Olsen. He'll go to the basket. Catches on rebound. Wilson with the block. Bulldogs on the run.
That's an excellent pass from Pearsall. He saw him over there and just bounce pass across the floor. That's pretty.
Tim Munch laid it in, and it's 12-9. Pressure. Dan Jones with a steal. He was about to make an outlet pass. Not a bad foul there. The Eagles stopped the fast break in the making.
Carlton giving the Eagles a little bit of their own medicine here. The Eagles got back into the semifinal game and really won that game over Rushford-Peterson with good aggressive pressure defense.
Bulldogs coming back. They're down 3.
Initiating launch sequence at T-minus 5 seconds and counting. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Avoid food that causes nappy time.
Jack!
At Subway, our fresh value meals satisfy you without the side effects. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Got launched.
Try our chicken fajita sub. Tender chicken, salsa, and veggies, and under 6 grams of fat.
At the auto show, you get to look at a lot of cars, which is great. But to find out why Chevy Cavalier is the best-selling car in the market, you've got to get to your Chevy dealer and drive one. Why is the Chevy half-ton the best-selling truck in the market? Drive one. Or come drive a Chevy Malibu. Chevrolet's offering 1.9 financing on them all. Now you know a Chevy delivers a lot for your money, but you take one on the road and it delivers, period. Get 1.9 financing now at your Chevrolet dealer's Big Spring Sales Drive.
Concern for Kevin McKeever after the early lead. It's down to 3 now.
Yeah, Carlton playing real tough, aggressive defense, and that's paid off for him.
Joe Bain over to Tim Munch. Pearsall. Sam Pearsall gets his first 2, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, Sam's been quiet so far in the first quarter. His first 2 points. They're going to need Sam Pearsall in his offensive scoring punch.
Nathan Anderson provides some right there with a jumper. And it's a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Coming up on 2 minutes in the first quarter. Munch over the top to Wilson. 8 for Mike Wilson.
He's having no problem whatsoever. Down low, they're just feeding him, and he's just turning around making an easy basket.
Olsen out of room, picked up by Pearsall. He's off to the races. What a rejection by Severson, but they'll call him for the foul.
If we can see it again, it looks clean from here, but that looks pretty clean to me.
I don't see how he got him with the body. That was a complete block right there.
Nice block by Severson.
First foul on Severson, though. I mean, I could see if his momentum took it into him, but... First free throw good. Here's another look.
Yep. Yeah, his body...
Maybe he glanced it. I don't know. Tough call. That's why they're out there calling the game.
And you're not.
That's right. We get a couple looks at it. 15-14, the free throws, and Pearsall with another steal. Up to Jones. 17-14. The Bulldogs have turned it around completely.
Sam Pearsall not scoring a lot of points so far, but he's doing other things, playing good defense for Carlton.
There's Gullingsrud, who we haven't heard from much yet. He drives baseline, dishes for Pinsky. It's stolen by who else? Pearsall, who loses it out of bounds. Carlton on a tear here in the last 3 minutes. Kyle Olson slows it up. There's Severson. Pinsky trying to post up on Wilson. Oh, mean pick. A collision and some elbows thrown between Tim Munch and Dan Pinsky. It's getting physical down low. Gullingsrud driving. In and out. I think Pearsall will get called for over the back over Gullingsrud.
That's twice now that Gullingsrud made some real nice drives to the basket. The first one he made the basket. This one draws the foul. But I think they need to get Gullingsrud a little bit more involved in the offense.
I agree. He was a factor yesterday. That is the first foul on Pearsall. Almost a steal by Bain. Olson, tough shot. Severson with a rebound in the land of the Giants. Draws the foul. Almost got it. It's getting physical inside. Non-shooting foul. Gullingsrud will inbound.
His first foul, the team's second.
The first foul on Tim Munch. 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. The final seconds of a pretty intense first quarter in the 1A championship. Severson with a pick. Olson dishes to Pinsky. Can't hit it. He would like that one back. Looks like they'll call Jones for pushing off on the rebound. Dan Jones' first foul.
Foul is on 22. Jones, his first foul. Team's third.
The third team foul on the Bulldogs. The Eagles have 4 team fouls. Will we have another buzzer beater? We've had a few. Gullingsrud.
How many is that in this tournament? That's got to be at least five buzzer beaters. And then if we go back to the girls tournament, it's about 6 or 7 buzzer beaters.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's a good question. Well, it's a tie game on the Gullingsrud 3 after 1.
After they earn their degrees, each Great Clips stylist gets a postgraduate education where they learn how to be attentive to customer needs.
They really listen to me.
In training, they learn to repeat back what customers tell them so everyone is on track.
They know where I'm coming from.
Their training teaches them that the haircut the customer receives should exactly match the haircut the customer requests.
They give me just what I asked for.
That's the long and short of a great haircut. At Great Clips, guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
Wouldn't you rather have something under the hood than on it? Now you can with this limited time offer on the Bonneville SLE Special Edition. With these aggressive looks and this attractive value, it's one performance you won't want to miss. That's what this would be. Luxury with attitude. The Bonneville by Pontiac.
See your Pontiac Excitement dealer today.
Mike Debney in a 17-all tie. Good first quarter on the Lincoln Mercury scoreboard.
Excellent shooting in the first quarter. Carlton shooting 86%. Norman County East 50%. Norman County East with an 8-2 edge in rebounds. And that's more than an edge, actually. But they're dominating the boards.
Olson to Severson. Gets the players up in the air and hits it. Tough shot for Severson. He's got 4. And now Norman County East back in the lead. Wilson. To Munch.
Somehow Munch got that ball to Wilson, and I'll tell you, Wilson, they're having a hard time once he gets down in the paint. They're having a hard time stopping him.
10 for Mike Wilson. Brandon Stunis back in the Eagle lineup. Olson for 3. Kyle Olson with 9.
Kyle Olson, you got to be careful with him out there beyond the 3-point range. He shoots right around 50% from beyond the arc.
Eagles lead by 3 on Olsen's 3. Mike Wilson, the game's leading scorer with 10. That's a three-point attempt. Joe Bain, no. Dan Jones, good hustle, gets it. Sam Pearsall over to Bain, who thought about taking it again. Wilson. Bulldogs working the half-court game here. Pearsall trying to drive over to Bain again. This has been the Bulldogs' longest possession. Bain again for 3. Short. Eagles on a bust out. Olsen. Dishes. John Gollingsrud.
Basket by 24, Gollingsrud.
Gollingsrud with 7. The lead is 5. Munch out of room. That was a pretty fast break.
Excellent fast break. Norman County East wants that type of tempo in this game.
Munch missed from outside. Here come the Eagles again. Gollingsrud over to Severson, who swings it quickly to Stunis. He drives. Wilson with the block. They're going to call him for the foul. Wilson wants to know if it was in the act of shooting, and the referee says yes, it was. So it'll be 2 shots at the line.
On 34, Wilson.
First foul on Wilson.
His first foul. Team's 4th foul.
There's a timeout on the floor. It's a 5-point lead for the Norman County East Eagles on the Lincoln Mercury scoreboard.
Wow, gas drying is a
real gas? We feel great.
So next time you hear claims that electric appliances are less expensive, safer, and more convenient than natural gas appliances,
take a tip from us real inside experts.
And call your local natural gas company to learn the real facts before choosing an energy source.
Natural gas, it's still your best energy value.
These days, people are putting so many things on burgers, they hardly seem like burgers anymore. At Hardee's, we think it's time to go back to those classic ingredients that make a burger taste great. The kind of things you'll find on Hardee's new Classic Bacon Double Cheeseburger. 2 big, juicy patties, melted cheese, 8 strips of crispy bacon, lettuce, tomato, and special sauce. The new Classic Bacon Double Cheeseburger, only at Hardee's.
Norman County East up 24-19 back at the St. Paul River Center. The Eagles doing it with some defense and some fast breaking. Kyle Olsen, pretty pass over to John Gollingsrud. Norman County East on a 10-2 run in the last 3 minutes and 43 seconds.
Stunis can add to it with free throws. He's shooting 2. One out of 2 at the line. Here's Joe Bain on a break. Blocked by Stunis. A clean block. Mike Debney wanted a foul there, but ruled a clean block.
That one, I think, was clean. No question about it. Stunis gets up high. Just bats it away.
Bulldogs to inbound. They're down 6 after Stunis hit 1 out of 2 free throws. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the first half. Each team has had some spurts. Right now, the momentum's with Norman County East. Joe Bain in the lane. Goes out of bounds.
Carlton, I think, is going to have to try and get the ball back into Wilson inside. They had so much success early on doing that. Give credit to the Eagles, though. They've been able to stop Carlton from getting the ball inside to him in the last 5 minutes or so.
Pearsall also hasn't touched the ball the last few times. And he played a part in that Carlton run. Kyle Olsen, he's been a key for the Eagles tough shot, hits the deck. Rebound, Pearsall. Couple bodies on the floor. Bulldogs in transition. It's stolen by Wilson. Here come the Eagles. He's got one man to beat. Reach-in foul on Tim Munch, stopping the fast break.
Foul on 21, Tim Munch.
Second foul on Tim Munch. Will have a substitution. Chris Sauter, number 45, replaces Tim Munch. Gollingsrud having trouble finding someone. There's Severson on Sauter and Wilson. Foul on the floor. Looks like they'll call it on Sauter as Severson got his man up in the air. First foul on Sauter, who just came into the game.
Strategy, I think, is trying to go at Wilson, try to draw some fouls. Didn't get to Wilson that time.
He's got one foul. Wilson off the pick by Anderson. Olsen dishes to Stunis. Gollingsrud with an opening. Dishes to Severson, and it's another blocking foul. This time we'll get the call. It's against Carlton, we know that. And it's team foul number 7. So it's 1-1 now for the Eagles.
45, Sauter, his second.
Second quick foul on Chris Sauter.
Gollingsrud shoots.
Carlton between the Twin Cities and Duluth, Northeast Minnesota, Norman County East, Twin Valley, Northwest Minnesota. Missing the 1-1. It's a rebound for Dan Jones. Eagles will be at the line the rest of the half on fouls. But they don't convert the front end. Here's Jones. And you're right, they're trying to get it inside now to their bread and butter, Wilson. He's double teamed. Here comes Jones in the lane. Dishing for Sauter. That ball may have been blocked. Kyle Olsen, 1 against 5.
Now the Eagles with two guys on Wilson. Down there, there were actually 3 guys on him at one point.
Anderson drives the baseline. Ball hits the bottom of the backboard and goes to Carlton. This is Joe Bain against Kyle Olsen. Good defensive matchup there. Bain having his hands full. Olsen's gotten a few steals. Six-point game. Scoring has slowed down a little bit. 5-second count, a turnover, so it'll go back to the Eagles. There's a timeout. We'll have a substitution. Matt Kurtula will come in. Still a 6-point game on the Lincoln Mercury scoreboard.
This is Imagine TV.
Hey, Mark, the floor's wet. We got a markdown in menswear.
Prices are falling during Mercury Markdown Mania. For $259 a month, lease Sable and Ford Credit will pay your first month's payment. Or choose 4.9% APR financing, plus get a 3-year or 36,000-mile maintenance program at no charge.
Get it? Markdown.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
First Bank is about to become U.S. Bank.
While most people have their own way of picking out the very best produce, there's only one sure way of picking out the best quality potato. If it doesn't say Idaho, you just don't know.
Norman County East up 25-19, shooting well in the second quarter. 3 of 4, 75%. Kevin McKeever's happy about that. Carlton not happy. 1 of 6, just 16% in the second quarter. Key there is that the Eagles have been able to stop Wilson inside from getting any good shots, any shots at all, denying him anything.
And Gollingsrud's three-pointer at the buzzer started an 11-2 run. Now it's 13-2. Gollingsrud again. They've held Carlton to just 2 points in the second quarter. And it's an 8-point lead off the drive by Gollingsrud.
Those 2 points from Mike Wilson.
We'll see if they can get it inside to their 6'5 junior. Now it's a man-to-man. Good help defense. Matt Kirtle missed the shot. He had a good look. Stunis behind the back dribble to Olsen. He's driving. Tough shot. Rebound Severson. Mike Severson on the glass.
Give the Eagles credit, not only playing well defensively, but really doing well on the boards, both the offensive and defensive boards.
It's 15-2, counting that three-pointer at the first quarter buzzer.
Nathan Anderson, number 21, his second. Team's fifth.
There's what we're talking about. Good rebounding. Severson playing bigger than 6'3" right now.
Long pass. Bain finishes. What a pass. Pearsall made that.
Home run ball. It'll work if catch Norman County East off guard. Good way to keep them honest.
Just the Eagles' second basket in about 6.5 minutes of this quarter. Anderson has it stripped by Jones. Dive for the loose ball. Severson is there. So Mike Devney wanted to travel. Eagles keep possession. 1:15 left in the quarter and the half. Anderson, tough pass, stripped by Sauter. Dive for the ball. Possession arrow will go to Carlton. Well, that long home run ball seemed to give Carlton a little life. It's still an 8-point game, but it was 10 until that basket. Dan Jones on the left, quickly to Sauter. Over to Wilson, jumper, short. Severson with a rebound. It is physical. We're seeing some elbows flying on both sides. Pinsky thought about saying a pick. There's Olsen, who's been driving like a big man, not like a guard. Anderson short, rebound Jones. Coming up on a half minute in the half. Bain over to Sauter. Now they go to Wilson. He's got 3 men on him right there. Gets it back. Takes it inside. Severson on the rebound. And you're right, he does play bigger than his height.
Yes, he does. Wilson has missed the last couple shots. He's had pretty good looks, but not as good as he had earlier, where they were just real short play-ins.
Nice pass from Pinsky to Severson, who had a good look. And that's the half. Carlton made a run in the first quarter, but it was pretty much all Eagles in the second quarter. They hold the Bulldogs to just 4 points in the second quarter and lead by 8.
Yeah, that's huge. Great defense. Played really well. Stopped Mike Wilson inside. Sam Pearsall, we haven't heard a lot from Carlton. He's having a little bit of a slow start here in the first half. They're going to need him in the second half to provide some more offensive punch. Right now, let's go to Janet Carter.
Norman County East has a lead right now. You have really shot the ball well thus far. You've got to be pleased, Ken McKeever, with how your team's looking.
Yeah, we really have. We've looked at times. We've had some letdowns with some of our offensive plays, though. We missed some real gimmies, and we could have really propelled this lead up at times. And just got to be a little more concise on the other end because they are playing good defense.
Carlton had a slow first half yesterday against St. Mary's Sleepy Eye. I'm sure you're going to go tell your guys probably to be ready in the second half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, it looked like St. Mary's was going to run away with that game for a spell, and then Carlton came out and started sticking the ball inside to that number 34, and he's a heck of a weapon inside, so we really got to be careful with him and that number 30. So we'll stress those two guys when we go in.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Ken McKeever, Norman County East leads 29-21. We'll be back with a halftime report in a few moments.
National Camera Exchange is having an inventory clearance sale. As you might have guessed, things are moving rather quickly around here. We have hundreds of items that are marked down in all departments. SLR and point-and-shoot cameras, binoculars, GMD, camcorders and VCRs, and TVs, including big screens. You'll find great bargains on closeouts and demos. National Camera's inventory clearance sale. We're just glad we're not in the used car business. Good heavens.
Beat the rush. Spring is coming early. Get out and have some fun on a new boat from Link Recreational, the world's largest Evinrude outboard dealer. Save hundreds on fishing boats, pontoons, and runabouts, powered by Evinrude outboard motors, all priced to go with no hidden costs. A 16-foot Northwood Kingfish side console loaded with deluxe fishing features, custom trailer, and 40-horsepower Evinrude motor. List price $89.95. Link price $79.95. You save $1,000. Shop now because prices will rise just like the temperature. Link Recreational, your Evinrude outboard dealer.
Style to any room for less money at Menards. Start with wallpaper from Berkeley and Borden. Choose from prints, florals, and solids to match any decor. Pre-pasted double rolls start at just $5.89. Get a new look underfoot with area rugs from Beaulieu. They're durable and stain-resistant. Available in several beautiful styles. Just $39.98. Find all your decorating needs at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's okay. She'll be back in 3,000 miles.
Yeah, I know.
Cars. We know them. We love them.
This is a Minnesota 9 News Update.
Hello, I'm Nicole Stewart from the Minnesota 9 newsroom. Firefighters are responding to a two-alarm apartment fire in Maple Grove. The blaze broke out around noon. Residents at the Mallard Ridge apartments have been evacuated, and so far there have been no injuries. We have a crew on the scene, and we'll have more on this throughout the day. And in other news, the state's 1997 Police Officer of the Year was charged with sexual misconduct Friday. Last September, Bruce Burke was suspended after allegations that he attacked a female Holiday Inn bartender while off duty. If convicted, Burke faces a maximum sentence of 10 years in jail. And several people showed up at the World Trade Center this morning for a chat with President Clinton. The 10-city video conference gave anyone interested in the future of Social Security a chance to ask the president questions. We'll have more news after the game.
I'm Robin Robinson. People come up to me and tell me they like Minnesota 9 News. They say we're different. Some of the differences are obvious. We have two newscasts. We tell you exactly when the stories are coming up. And we give you the weather at 10:03 every night. Some of the differences are subtle, but more important, like our reporting. They're breaking the stories open and really digging deeper. And our features. It's information you can't get from the other newscasts. So watch Minnesota 9 News. You'll see the difference.
In a primetime special, Robin Robinson talks with his Twin Cities hitmaker about his latest production.
You turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Hey! The Moses of Grand Forks.
I always tell the community they're the true heroes because they've had to endure.
And Minnesota's $126 million man.
One of the biggest lessons that I learned is that when you have an opportunity, you take advantage of that opportunity.
An intimate look at three intriguing personalities as they talk with Robin. Friday at 8 on UPN 9.
The Northland Ford Halftime Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford dealers.
We are back at halftime where Norman County East leads Carlton 29-21. That is our first championship game of the day on Championship Saturday. And our second championship game in Class 2A, we will have the De La Salle against Long Prairie Grey Eagle. I am with Coach Bruce Young from Long Prairie Grey Eagle. Coach, it must feel great to find yourself in a state championship game.
Oh, yeah, we just, that's one of your dreams, but you don't expect it to happen. And when it does, I guess you just want to enjoy it. So we're going to try and do that.
Well, you're a longtime coach there, 24 years. What have you seen in terms of basketball in your community and across the state? How do you feel about how far you've come in the last quarter of a decade, or quarter of a century, rather?
Well, to be honest, I've only been at Long Prairie 13, but I have been coaching 24, and we've had a lot of success we've been in a region like 7 out of 11 years, so we've had a lot of success, but this is the first time 91 we got to the state, but we got beat first round and we won consolation, but it's the first time I've been in a championship game, so it feels great. And like I say, the kids are just really excited to get going, and it doesn't matter who we play, they just, they want the opportunities. So.
Well, I'm sure this is going to do a lot for your program for the future, getting people excited about basketball in Long Prairie Grey Eagle, but you have a new facility there. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a great facility. It's a three-station gym, but had a little water problem with the sprinklers and about 6 weeks ago, and it actually destroyed the floor. And they had to replace the whole thing, and it's ready to go again now on Monday, which, of course, basketball is over, but I'm really looking forward to the summer programs and so forth. It's going to be really nice to work with our younger kids, and that I think that'll help. Plus, this going to the tournament now, you have the Pep Fest and stuff with these young kids, and they see these fellas, and that really spurs them on for the off season.
Let's turn our attention and talk a little bit about the upcoming state championship game against De La Salle. I'm sure you had a chance to watch them last night. What do you think the keys are going to be for your guys to go up against a team who, is obviously big and very talented?
Yeah, they kind of keep you from sleeping last night after watching that game. But, we have to, well, first of all, I don't think you can control Ben Johnson, but we have to do the best we can to make his shots tough at least. And we don't want to get in an open court situation with them so much because they're pretty athletic. They're big also, so I don't know. I think we're going to have to try to make them shoot from the perimeter and hope that they don't have a good shooting night and try to limit it to one shot. But as far as us offensively, we're going to just stay with our game. We try to play inside, outside, and we'll try to do what we can both ways and see what happens.
Well, either way, you've had an outstanding season. I'm sure you and everyone along Prairie Grey Eagle will enjoy this for a long time. Congratulations and good luck in the championship, Coach.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yeah.
This is Bruce Young from Long Prairie Grey Eagle. We'll be back with more from the Northland Ford Report in just a few moments.
I looked at a lot of minivans, and I heard a lot of things. Convenience, style, yada, yada, yada. Well, one simple fact stuck with me. Ford Windstar is the first and still the only minivan to earn the government's 5-star safety rating. That means more to me and my family than a lot of mumbo-jumbo.
Plus, we get a low lease payment of $259 a month for 24 months.
With Windstar, safety comes first. It's that simple. So keep it simple and see your local Ford dealer today.
First Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points, and you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from First Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
Hi, I'm calling about a home equity loan. Right? Okay.
All-American Recreation, always selling fun.
All-American makes handcrafted, elegant pool tables right here in Minnesota. Choose oak, maple, or cherry. 50 table styles and cloth colors to choose from.
Always selling fun.
Featuring foosball and air hockey, bars and bar stools. 50 models of aquatic whirlpool baths. Save up to 30% on spas. Call 854-5454.
All-American Recreation, always selling fun.
101.3. Yeah, KDWB.
Dave Ryan in the morning and today's best music.
It's the best variety in the Twin Cities.
I wanna stand with you on the mountain.
It is a cool station.
It's upbeat and fun.
Everywhere I go, every smile I see.
KDWB.
Dave Ryan in the morning.
Get a great deal on today's best music.
101.3 KDWB.
Welcome back to River Center, where we are in halftime of our first state championship game. We are also getting ready, many people, for the second championship game later on this afternoon between De La Salle and Long Prairie Grey Eagle. We talked to the Long Prairie coach, Bruce Young, and now I'm joined by De La Salle Islander coach in his 4th year, Dave Thorson. You were in the championship game last year, and it didn't come out quite the way you had hoped.
Well, I guess I hope that we learned something from last year. We got our ears pinned back, and I'm just hoping that we can come out with the same enthusiasm and excitement that we did yesterday.
Well, many people are really buzzing about the talent of your team, obviously the size of Antonio Ramos, but unbelievable shooting, I thought, from everyone.
Well, I was really pleased that we adjusted so well in an arena like this. It's difficult when you don't get a practice session to come in and shoot well, and I've got my fingers crossed that we do it today.
Well, you know as a player, former player, how shooting comes and goes sometimes, but your defense has really been what you've been living by, isn't it?
It's really the benchmark of our program. We're going to play man-to-man defense as long as I'm the coach at De La Salle, and we're hoping that it'll carry us today.
What do you think the keys are against this Long Prairie team? I'm sure you scouted them. What are you going to tell your guys that they need to think about?
Well, I'll tell you what. They've got great post game with their 2 kids inside, and then Laumeyer's a nice 3-point shooter. So we're going to try to get out in the passing lanes and pressure them and try to take them out of their comfort level.
You've really had quite a schedule this year, and how important do you think that has been in your preparation to get ready for the tournament?
We really wanted to upgrade our schedule this year. We've played 2 state champions, actually, from North Dakota and Kentucky, and I think it's made a big difference because our kids have been in big games. So hopefully today will show that.
Well, Ramos is going to Iowa, but Ben Johnson is someone that has gotten a lot of attention across the country already. He is really smooth.
I'll tell you what, he's a great kid. And I think there's lots of nice things that are going to happen for him. He's going to have a lot of opportunities. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm just glad to get to watch him play another year.
Well, Dave Thorson, congratulations on a great season. Good luck in the championship.
Thanks a lot, Janet.
We'll be back with more from the River Center with second half action here. Norman County East and Carlton going the rest of the way.
The Northland Ford Halftime Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford dealers.
First Bank is about to become U.S. Bank.
I'm Brent Peterson, owner of University Computer Center. Because we custom build systems right here in-house, you get the latest technology at the lowest price, guaranteed. Get this Intel Pentium 2 300 megahertz system, 4.3 gig hard drive, 24-speed CD-ROM, sound system, and more for just $12.99. Or this Intel Pentium 2 33 megahertz notebook with 2.1 gig drive, 32 megs of RAM, and an active color screen for just $19.99. University Computer Center, Dinkytown, London, and Dublin, or shop our website at uccpc.com.
Meet Bob and Jim of 5-Day Furniture, 90th and Penn. Their furniture comes in all styles, but their prices only come in low. Bob finds the most amazing closeouts, while Jim demonstrates each piece. Famous brand names marked down to move out the door and make room for more. New truckloads arrive all the time, so you're always in for surprise bargains at 5-Day Furniture. The lowest furniture prices in town, period. 5-Day Furniture, open Wednesday through Sunday, 10 to 6. From tournaments past, this Great Clip is brought to you by Great Clip.
In the 1997 Class A boys basketball semifinal, Wabasso and Red Lake attempted more shots, made more field goals, made more three-pointers, and scored more total points than in any tournament game in history. It took overtime, but Wabasso ultimately defeated Red Lake in this exciting and record-breaking tournament game. Wabasso advanced to the title game.
This Great Clip was brought to you by Great Clips.
Your brakes need fixing. The dealer is over there. But there are now 22 neighborhood CarX locations in the Twin Cities with 50% off brake shoes and pads. Save 50% now at CarX.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
The Twins are coming back to UPN 9. KMSP is the new broadcast partner for the Minnesota Twins. Catch 15 games this season, right here on UPN 9.
Carlton had the advantage early, but then Norman County East stormed back and has an 8-point lead as we get ready for the third quarter of our 1A championship here on Championship Saturday with Andy Skugman. I'm Jeff Grayson. Interesting first half. The Eagles really took over.
Norman County East, you have to credit their defense. I mean, they held Carlton to just 4 second-quarter points. These two teams both scored 17 in the first quarter. A few highlights for you from Carlton. Nice play there to Tim Munch finishing off the break. Norman County East, their two guards playing well. Kyle Olson has 9 points. So does John Gullensrud. Nice pass from Olson to Gullensrud, but Norman County East goes on a 15-4 run. It started right here at the end of the first quarter. That is when Gullensrud will hit the three to beat the buzzer, and they're up 29-21 at the half. Few first half statistics to look at. Interesting, Norman County East rebounding, doing much better there, 15-9. That is a key stat.
Yes, and they have to deal with some bigger players, especially Mike Wilson. Carlton led 17-14 at the time of that shot, and it gave momentum to Norman County East. For the points off of turnovers, the advantage goes to the Bulldogs. Severson, 7 of the 15 rebounds. He's played a nice half, giving up some size, but not some determination in the lane.
One thing Carlton has going for them, the free throws are 5 of 6 from the line, shooting 83%. Well, Jeff, let me tell you, time to announce our first winner in the First Bank March Tournament sweepstakes. Pam Haupt of Bloomington has won a $1,000 travel certificate courtesy of First Bank. First Bank, we're changing our name to U.S. Bank. We'll announce another winner during the 2A championship tilt.
Andy, thanks for that. And we're set for the third quarter of our 1A championship. I'm interested to see how Carlton responds here. After they got the lead in the first quarter, it's been all Eagles, really. They held Carlton to just 4 points in the second quarter. Wilson with 10 points. You mentioned Gollingsrud and Olsen with 9 each.
Yeah, Mike Wilson had 8 first quarter points, only 2 in the second quarter. They've really shut him down inside.
Eagles working to our left now. Here's Gollingsrud getting by Wilson. Gets it to Severson. Tough shot. Mike Severson.
I like Mike Severson. Averages 19 points a game. A lot of people talk about their guard play, Gollingsrud and Olsen, but Severson, only 6'3", but we've said all along, playing much bigger than that.
He may have tipped the ball there that led to the steal by Olsen. Severson with 8, Gollingsrud and Olsen with 9 each. There's that play. That's the exact play we saw at the end of the first quarter. Olsen to Gollingsrud.
Mike Devney very, very unhappy early on in this second half, and he should be. His team not responding, did not come out well. I'm a little surprised that Carlton has not responded better in the second half.
I am too, the way that Olsen's played, and also I think they need to get the ball into Sam Pearsall's hands because good things happen for the Bulldogs when he has it. That was a great sequence there if you're an Eagles fan. We saw Severson working inside for 2, and then Olsen and Gollingsrud who worked so well together. Olsen drawing the defender and then bringing it back outside to Gollingsrud who nailed the 3.
Yeah, Norman County East, really impressive. They can do it inside and they can do it from the outside, and they're only playing 7 players.
34-21. It's been a lucky 7 so far. There's a steal, reaching foul though this time. Olsen smelled a fast break, but he got called for the foul, his first. Kyle Olsen. On the reach, that's the first foul of the second half by either team.
25 Olsen, his first foul, and the team's first of this half.
Bulldogs inbound at midcourt. Joe Bain over to Dan Jones. He doesn't start the game, but he starts the second half. There's Jones again. They try to get it to Wilson. The Eagles right now taking that option away. Here's Sam Pearsall. Jones on the block. Double teamed. Wide open for 3. Bain, no. Rebound Jones. Dan Jones with the basket, and it's an 11-point game.
Jones trying to pick up a little bit of the scoring slack that Pearsall and Wilson are no longer providing.
Good defense. Jones on Severson forces it out of bounds. The Eagles keep possession. 34-23, Norman County East. Olsen off the inbound. Looking inside, nowhere to go. Crossover dribble, and a hit. That's a long 2 for Kyle Olsen.
Basket by 25 Olsen.
He has 11. Nice job by Bain getting away. Gollingsrud this time gets called for the reach. His first foul. Ellen, about 10 minutes of basketball, Andy, Carlton has scored 6 points in about 10 minutes.
And it's more Norman County East than it is Carlton. Their defense is just amazing. They're really just denying good shots They denied Mike, but they can't even get the ball inside to Mike Wilson. They're denying the passing lane.
You see it right there. Great example. Tim Munch. Maybe he'll try to get something started. He goes baseline. He's out of room. Look at Severson diving into Jones. Jones comes off the play. Nice move. Too much on the glass. Nathan Anderson for the rebound. And you see some of that physical play. He's fouled by Jones. Dan Jones' second foul.
Fouls on Jones, number 22, his second.
Great point about the defense. They really are shutting it off. Well, good defense by Carlton. Olsen's got no option. He calls timeout. That's his only option. The Eagles take a timeout on the floor. They're up 13 in the 1A championship.
For Norman County East.
Back with more in a moment on the Menards scoreboard.
Fireside Corner has the largest selection of fireplaces in the Midwest. Enjoy the comforts of trouble-free warmth and performance almost anywhere in your home. Just add a Heat & Glow natural gas or wood-burning fireplace from Fireside Corner. Heat & Glow's 6000 series has been chosen by Consumers Digest as a best buy in gas fireplaces. Come in today and save 15% and get a free vent system when you convert your existing fireplace to the convenience of natural gas. Fireside Corner in Burnsville, Osseo, Mankato, St. Cloud, Roseville, and Wilmer.
Ford claimed Expedition is biggest in its class because Chevy Suburban is so large. It's in a class of its own. We couldn't have said it better ourselves. Chevy Suburban is the largest, most powerful sport utility vehicle on the face of the planet.
Norman County East up 13 and in control. A crucial part of the game here. You get the impression that Carlton is on the ropes. They've got to try to stop the damage. It's a 13-point lead for the Eagles. Anderson with the lane. Nice drive, Nathan Anderson.
Gonna have to play a little bit better defense than that. Anderson just able to walk right in.
15-point game. Severson way up high. Munch cut off, goes baseline. Not enough. Severson tips it right back to Munch. Severson and Stunis in there. They'll call Brandon Stunis for the foul. That is 3. I'm sorry, it's 2 on Stunis.
That's good strategy, though, by Carlton. I think they're going to need to drive to the basket. Norman County East has denied them the passing lanes. I think the next thing they have to do is try to drive the lane, penetrate, or at least take some shots from the outside to bring the defense out.
It is 3 on Stunis. Munch at the line. The lead is 14. One out of 2. Ball last touched by the Eagles. They lose it out of bounds. Mike Wilson, you see out high there on the right side of the free throw line. Eagles doing a good job right now shutting him down. Let's see if the Bulldogs can get it inside. Going down the floor awkwardly was Nathan Anderson, who gets called for the foul, his third. So now Anderson and Stunis with 3 each, and that could be a factor, Andy, because you mentioned the Eagles only play about 7 players.
Yeah, he was on Mike Wilson there, away from the ball, and he's done an excellent job on Wilson, as we said. I mean, Wilson has been pretty much non-existent since the first 5 minutes or so of this game.
8 in the first quarter, but just 2 since. Pearsall missing from outside. Here comes Gullingsrud in transition. Nice steal by Bain. Crossover dribble. He gets it across midcourt, and now it's the Bulldogs all the way to Pearsall. Clean block. Severson and Gullingsrud on the D.
Mike Devney wants a call on that one.
but there isn't going to be one. Clean block. And now the foul on high against Sam Pearsall, his second. 38-24. Both teams with a couple of transition chances, and defense, the name of the game.
All from behind. It's hard to tell from our vantage point exactly because they were kind of blocked, but look clean.
Good angle there. Severson inside. Carlton wants to travel, but the official on the far side will call a foul, and Severson goes to the line. Looks like they're going to get Jones for his third. Severson to the line. Pinsky replaces Anderson in the Eagles lineup. Nathan Anderson with 3 fouls.
32, Severson shoots 2.
Chris Sauter also coming into the Bulldogs lineup, replacing Jones, who has 3 fouls.
45, Sauter in. And Jones is out.
Severson with 9, Olsen with 11, Collingsrud with 12. Those 3 players have outscored Carlton. 32-24. Double figures for Severson. The lead is 16. Just under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. There's a steal by Severson. Fight for the ball. Will jump it up, and Carlton will get it.
Well, the Eagles got to this championship game, defeating Rushford Peterson. They did it with their good defense. They're showing it again here this afternoon.
Really an efficient performance. They haven't taken many bad shots, and they've played good defense, as you said. Here's Bain with Olsen right on him. They're trying to get it inside to Wilson. Now they do. A collision, and Severson is called for the block. That's his second foul. Well, that time the Bulldogs did get it inside.
They finally got it in. That is really the first time since the first quarter that they were able to get it inside, down low to Wilson. And no basket, but he did draw a foul.
5th team foul on Norman County East, just 3 on Carlton. And there's a steal. Collingsrud emerges. It's all gold on the break. Too much by Severson. And here comes Carlton in transition. Munch crossover. Has it stripped. What a hustle play by Munch to keep it alive. And now Bain hits it. That's a 5-point swing right there. Lead down to 13.
Joe Bain's been pretty quiet for Carlton. Only 2 points in this game until then.
Pinsky off the pass. Kevin McKeever pumping his fist. He liked that transition. Here, now we've got a more of an up-tempo game. Munch guarded by Pinsky. Over to Wilson. Collingsrud made the block. Sauter, he'll go inside. Well, the pace has picked up dramatically the last 2 possessions here. Blocking foul called by Bain. It's down to 13. First foul on Bain. 42-29. Norman County East on the Menard scoreboard.
More for less money with Edsel Shelving at Menard. These heavy-duty units are great for the garage or basement and assemble easily. This 4-shelf model is $22.99. This industrial shelf, $29.95. Oak parquet flooring from Bruce gives any room a rich look with a tough urethane finish in 3 colors. Now just $1.99 a square foot. Do it yourself and save at Menard.
Save big money at Menards.
It's the Crunch Pack at McDonald's. It's got a cheese lover's quarter pounder with cheddar and Swiss cheese. And with large fries and an ice-cold Coca-Cola, it'll make you drool. And it comes with a shot at winning a new Chevy Cavalier or tickets to the NBA All-Star Game. The Crunch Pack for a limited time at McDonald's. The way he can dribble is the way it'll make you drool. Did somebody say McDonald's?
The Eagles in control right now. Very efficient Eagle basketball team. They've done it defensively, offensively, on the boards. Really impressive so far this afternoon.
Brandon Stunis and Nathan Anderson both have 3 fouls. They played great defense on Wilson. Nathan Anderson's getting a breather right now because of that foul trouble, but Stunis is still in the game with 3. Olsen, pull-up jumper. What can you say about Kyle Olsen? He's got 13.
Eagle basket by 25, Olsen.
Sauter over to Bain, who gets it over the timeline against the pressure. Last touch by the Eagles. 2:05 left in this quarter. Just an amazing turnaround from late in the first quarter to where we are right now. Nice inbounds to Munch. Tim Munch off a pretty inbounds play.
Very nice play.
Bulldog basket by 21, Tim Munch.
Severson. Great leaping ability. Pitchkey. The Eagles are owning the board.
Yeah, it's not even a contest, really. I mean, there's just nothing. If you're going to allow the Eagles to get second and third looks all the time, there's no way they're going to catch up.
Bain hits his second 3. Joe Bain with 8 today. Almost a steal by Pearsall. Stunis quickly against the press all the way. Rebound, Severson. Tough shot, all gold on the board. Last touch by Sauter. Wilson looks like he got hit just under the eye. Substitution will have Matt Kurtula, who we haven't seen for quite a while. Replacing Sauter. I think Mike Wilson may have a shiner. He got, I think, an elbow right below the left eye.
I don't know if you can see it here or not. We'll take a look. That obviously is not the play.
Yeah, his eye's pumping up already, I think.
Talked about rebounds. Norman County East 22-14 over Carlton.
Olsen out of room, throws it out of bounds. It goes to Carlton. Kevin McKeever's team up 12. A lot different than being up 15, because now Carlton with a 3 can make it a single-digit game. Inside, can't hit it. Fight for the ball. Possession arrow goes to the Eagles.
They've got it inside to Wilson a couple of times now in the last few minutes. Not been able to convert on him.
Going through. Brings it up against Pearsall. Behind the back dribble at the free throw line. Quickly to Stunis. Back up to 14. Coming up on a half minute. Nice hustle by Stunis, but he's on the line. 48-34 Eagles. Munch, right baseline. Against Stunis. Nice move.
Basket by 21, Tim Munch.
Tim Munch with 7. Eagles will settle for one here. Do we have another buzzer beater? There's going through. He'll go to the hole. Kicks it back out to Olsen.
I don't believe it. Not as dramatic, but it still beats the buzzer. Wow.
They're tough. You're right. They are tough. Norman County East with a 21-point third quarter. Leads by 14 on the Jeep Eagles scoreboard.
Mama, oh Papa, I'm feeling so down. How can it be there's no milk in this town? Don't give me no baked goods until things get better. My cornflakes are cardboard, cake tastes like a sweater. I'd give anything for that glass of white silk. I'm living my life in this town without milk.
It's the Great Jeep event, and great deals on your favorite Jeep vehicles are showing up wherever you look. Like a low $339 a month lease rate on the rugged Go Anywhere Grand Cherokee Laredo. Or choose 4.8% financing. And check out our latest 4x4 of the year, Grand Cherokee 5.9 Limited. The landscape will never be the same during the Great Jeep event. Brought to you by the most award-winning brand of 4x4s on earth. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Back at the River Center on the U.S. Bank scoreboard, that is Mike Wilson. Got off to a great start, but you see he could have a shiner below that left eye. He's been kind of rubbing it the last couple minutes. They need him in the game, but he's getting a breather right now. Kyle Olson, another momentum-moving shot for the Eagles. He has 16 and leads everybody in scoring. The Bulldogs got 15 points in that quarter, but not a bad quarter for them, but they were outscored 21-15. Basket would not have counted had it gone in. But the Bulldogs draw a foul. There's our quarter-by-quarter scoring. Take a look at that second quarter.
Yeah, the second quarter is going to come back to haunt Carlton. And that is when Norman County East really shut down Wilson inside and really denied Carlton any real good shots. It shows on the scoreboard with only 4 second quarter points.
Dollingsworth's second foul. Stunich takes advantage. Another nice fast break by the Eagles. I'm sorry, that's Nathan Anderson. Eight points for Nathan Anderson. Carlton comes back.
Carlton basket by 30, Pearsall.
Pearsall connects. It's 52-38. Wide open basketball. Severson went up and down with it.
They did call it. First, I didn't think they were going to call it.
Severson went up and came back down with the ball. 7 minutes to go, and the time is now for a Bulldogs comeback. Remember, Wilson is still on the bench.
Yeah, extremely short lineup in there for the Bulldogs right now.
Off the dribble, Pearsall has it stripped by Stunis. 3 against 2, and he takes it all away. 5 for Stunis.
23, Stunis.
It's back to 16. 3 for Pearsall. No. Rebound, Nathan Anderson. Fouled. Looks like it'll be on Matt Kurtula. Nathan Anderson just flexed his biceps to his teammates as if to say how tough he is inside. Eagles in command on the U.S. Bank scoreboard.
If you think the large centerport grill found on the GMC Sierra is designed just to look good, think again. The more air an engine takes in, the more power it puts out. Which is one reason why Sierra is the most powerful half-ton pickup truck in its class.
Right now, take advantage of this great offer on a 1998 GMC Sierra for $299 per month for 24 months. The 1998 GMC Sierra, only at your GMC dealer.
Initiating launch sequence at T-minus 5 seconds and counting. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Avoid food that causes nappy time.
Jack!
At Subway, our fresh value meals satisfy you without the side effects. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Got it. Launched.
Try our chicken fajita sub. Tender chicken, salsa, and veggies, and under 6 grams of fat.
Well, River Center with Andy Skugman, Jeff Grayson here. 54-38, Norman County East in control. They're about 6:25 from a title. See what happens.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with the Eagles, though, this afternoon. They have played excellent basketball, both ends of the floor. In every aspect of the game, they've outplayed Carlton.
Gollingsrud to Anderson. They are confident now. It is an 18-point game. Just over 6 minutes left. Olsen with the swipe. Nice job by Pearsall getting it back. Sam Pearsall with 8.
Relatively quiet afternoon for Sam Pearsall, and that has hurt Carlton.
Gollingsrud, wide open basketball again. Too much by Anderson. Severson. It would have counted. He'll go to the line.
Severson's done a great job on the board for Norman County East.
Is that Matt Kurtula, number 40, his second.
Matt Kurtula's first foul. Kevin McKeever and his team can smell the championship, but there's still almost 6 minutes of basketball. It's a 16-point game as Severson goes to the line. Way short on that one. He's got 10 points. One out of 2, and it's back up to 17. There's Joe Bain with Olsen on him. Down in the block, Kurtula. Matt Kurtula hits the jumper. Well, they can get it on the flip side of 15 and bring it down to 10. Joe Bain with a blocking foul there.
Yeah, you're right. It just seems like every time that Carlton has tried to mount a comeback, the Eagles from Norman County East just won't let it happen.
That is the 7th team foul. Olsen will shoot the 1-and-1. It's the second individual foul on Joe Bain. Dan Pinsky replaces Mike Severson.
Olsen shoots 1-1.
Severson really come up big on the rebounding end today. Well, the Eagles are missing some opportunities to possibly put it away. They're in the bonus now. The next team foul will be their 7th, and that will put the Bulldogs at the line in the 1-and-1 as well. Pearsall over to Kurtula. Inside. Munch can't get it. Nice job by Munch in the land of the Giants. And we got a foul on the floor. It looks like it'll be against Tim Munch. That's his 3rd. Well, he did everything right there, just couldn't quite get it in the basket.
Tim Munch is 3rd. Team's 8th.
Gollingsrud to the line. He's got 12 today.
Shoots 1-and-1.
Right at about his average. He averages 13 a game. That's where he is now, and it's 58-42. It's 17, just over 5 minutes left. Norman County East beginning to taste it, but there's Jones for 3, back of the rim. Gollingsrud with a rebound. He'll bring it up himself. Ooh, tough pass there, but Stunis managed to get it. McKeever telling his team to spread the floor. Anderson to Pinsky, and it counts.
McKeever is happy. As he said, he told him to spread the floor, and that worked to perfection. Carlton trying to play some tough pressure defense. But Norman County East able to break it, and that was nice. Picture perfect.
Mike Wilson getting set to come back into the game. He comes in for Matt Kurtula. I think what McKeever probably liked even more was there was hardly any dribbling. It was just pass, pass, basket. Six for Dan Pinsky. The lead is up to 19. For three, short. Bain, no. Rebound, Olsen. Outlet to Stunis. Brandon Stunis with 7. From Olsen. Pearsall for 3.
Carlton coach Mike Devney said before the game that his team would have to get back quickly on defense because Norman County East is so quick, and they really have not been able to do that today.
That previous shot by Pearsall was ruled a 2, not a 3. He must have had a foot on the line. So it's 63-44. There is a timeout on the floor. Just over 4 minutes left. The Eagles with a commanding lead right now.
First Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points. And you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from First Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
Hi, I'm calling about a home equity loan. Right? Okay.
This is the BMW 318i, and this is the sporty new Nissan Altima GLE. The BMW has a less powerful engine. The Altima has a more powerful engine. The BMW has a smaller cabin. The Altima has a larger cabin. So where are you going to put all the money you save when you buy the Altima? Well, what do you know? The Altima also has a bigger trunk. The new Nissan Altima. Enjoy the ride.
63-44 Eagles on the U.S. Bank scoreboard. In and out for Olsen. 10 team fouls on Carlton, so it'll be 2 shots every time for the rest of the game. But the Eagles not being that efficient at the free throw line the last few trips is about the only thing they haven't done well.
About the only thing they haven't done well, you're right.
1 out of 2 for Kyle Olsen. He has 16. He is the game's leading scorer. Gongdru with 14. Wilson trying to post up on Pinsky. Dan Jones, strong drive. Over the back foul on Pearsall. Some words being exchanged between the teams. Physical game. You see there Dan Jones and Anderson talking. Pearsall picks up his 4th foul. Severson comes back into the game.
I give Dan Jones credit. He looks like a good ball player, and he's come in the second half. Didn't start this game, but did start the second half. And he's really tried to pick up the scoring slack, and it's been tough for him. Both Wilson and Pearsall. He's trying to pick up some of the slack left by them, and it's been tough.
Something to remember about Carlton. 1 senior on this team, and he hasn't played. So I have to consider Carlton one of the favorites already next year because they bring back their entire roster except for 1 player. And he hasn't played. That's senior Jeremy Jokinen. Free throws make it a 22-point game. You really have to tip your hat to the Eagles. Almost a steal. Look at the pressure there. Pearsall. Nice move. Too much. Severson with the rebound. Norman County East defeated Rushford Peterson 57-54 yesterday, and that game was anybody's game until about the last 3 minutes when the Eagles defense really took over. Severson looking for somebody, almost a 5-second call. We'll have an overplay foul. Looks like Tim Munch is being whistled for it. If it is, he's fouled out. You see Chris Sauter getting set to come in. Munch leaves with 7 points. Real balanced attack right now. The 5 players on the floor, Stunis, the only one not in double figures. And he's got 8. Yep. Another substitution. Paul Stein replaces Sam Pearsall.
Number 20, Paul Stein replaces Pearsall.
Definitely a frustrating day for Sam, especially after yesterday. Had such a great game.
Nine for Stunis. Here's Dan Jones. Nice drive. Can't hit it. You're right, he's had some nice moves, playing that physical style inside. Drives just aren't going down. It's a 24-point lead, under 3 minutes in the 1A championship. Severson. He has 13. Norman County East is averaging 70 a game. That's where they are now. Wilson, his first attempt in quite a while, rimming off. Kyle Olson with the rebound. He splits the defense and gets it over the half-court line. Jeremy Jokinen, the one senior for the Bulldogs, will be checking in a moment. He'll get a chance to play in the championship game. Jones comes out of there with it. Nice bounce pass, but it's taken away by Stunis. Chris Munch will be checking in also for Carlton. They're on their feet on the Eagles cheering section. Under 2 minutes now. Really no need to score here. You just work the clock down.
The entire Norman County East bench is about to check in. There's no player on the bench right now for Norman County East.
You're right. This is a 20-second timeout, and I think you'll see those who can't come out leave the game right now. For the Eagles, you're right. They don't have enough players to completely change the lineup.
You're right. There's going to have to be one. Pinsky's going to stay in.
The substitutions now for Norman County East.
Norman County East ready to take the championship.
Number 45, Mike Kraft. And number 52, Dan Pinsky, all in. For Carlton.
All-American recreation, always selling fun.
All-American makes handcrafted, elegant pool tables right here in Minnesota. Choose oak, maple, or cherry. 50 table styles and cloth colors to choose from.
Always selling fun.
Featuring foosball and air hockey, bars and bar stools. 50 models of aquatic whirlpool baths. Save up to 30% on spas. Call 854-5454.
All-American recreation, always selling fun.
If you're in construction, it's good that you're conscientious about your job. The task at hand is important, but so is your life. And you shouldn't get so focused on the task at hand that you forget to see the big picture. Watch out for overhead power lines.
Norman County East closing in on a championship. It's an emotional Eagles bench there. They realize what they're about to do. That was an outside shot by Rick Kraft. Adam Brewer is also in the game, and Jeff Plattner for Norman County East. This is Paul Stein. Also in the game, Jeremy Jokinen, Chris Munch, and Nick Hannanen. Here's Nick Hannanen with the ball. He'll drive and score. Nick Hannanen, just a sophomore at 5'9". He'll be back. The final minute of our championship game. There's Jeff Plattner. He drives. and scores. Well, the reserves on both teams are playing well. I guess you could call the Eagles the Iron Nine. Just 4 reserves, and they're going to win the championship.
So much for depth, huh?
Yes. Paul Stein hits the shot.
Hold on, basket by 20. Paul Stein.
3. Oh, that's a surprise by Rick Kraft.
Kraft, I think, really wants to score a point in the state championship game. He's taken 2 pretty long shots. Good for him.
Bob Berthium replaces Chris Sauter for the Bulldogs. Coming up on 20 seconds left. Basket and foul for Adam Browers. And that's the look of a championship coach right there.
The foul is up for 5. Henderson, his first foul. The basket by 22. Adam Browers is good.
Adam Browers is a 5'11 junior. And he's got 3 points. As we count down the 1A championship, what a performance, really, by Norman County East.
Yep.
You really have to give them credit. They played well. A worthy champion. Rebound by Pinsky as Plattner takes a Mannix-like fall. He's got the ball. He wants a 3. He got none. Norman County East, in its first trip, wins the 1A championship. A dominating performance from the end of the first quarter on.
I'm sort of interested in knowing when they came down, when Norman County East came down with that last possession in the final seconds, Kevin McKeever was pointing to get the ball over to Kraft. He had already had 2 long shots and took that last final shot. I don't know what the story is, but for some reason, they wanted to get him to score some points. Maybe we can find out, but
excellent. He got some attempts in the book.
Excellent performance, though.
Could not hit, but it's time now to get the award ceremony going.
Here's public address announcer Bob Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony this afternoon will be conducted by several members of the Board of Directors of the Minnesota State High School League. They are Tom Holland of Foston, Steve Chorness of Westbrook Walnut Grove, Pete Olson of Becker, Dean Verdos of Henry Sibley, and Steve Wilkowski of Aitken. They're being assisted by Skip Peltier, the director of the boys basketball tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will present the 10-member U.S. Bank All-Tournament team chosen by the sports writers and sportscasters covering this tournament. These students have distinguished themselves by their athletic excellence, leadership, team commitment, and exceptional sportsmanship. Presenting the trophies for the U.S. Bank All-Tournament Team Award at center court is Kevin Zenk, manager of U.S. Bank White Bear Lake. And now the 1998 Class A Boys Basketball All-Tournament Team. At center, from Sleepy Eye St. Mary's, Judd Walter. At guard, from Rushford Peterson, Jamie Carrier. At forward, from Rushford Peterson, Ashley Johnson. At forward from Carlton, Sam Pearsall. At center from Carlton, Mike Wilson. At guard from Norman County East, John Gullingsrud. At guard from Norman County East, Kyle Olson. At center from Norman County East, Mike Severson. Also on the team, but not able to be here this afternoon, are guard Tony Thielke of Hancock and guard Gerald Kingbird of Red Lake. The U.S. Bank and the Minnesota State High School League congratulates all members of this Class A all-tournament team for boys basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to announce the winners of the Sportsmanship Awards. The Minnesota State High School League, with the support of U.S. Bank, is pleased to sponsor a Sportsmanship Award for its member schools. The award recognizes and rewards school communities that display good sportsmanship while competing in a state championship tournament. The sportsmanship banners will be presented by Kevin Zink, manager, U.S. Bank, White Bear Lake. And now, will the cheerleaders from Carlton please come forward to accept their sportsmanship banner on behalf of their school. And will Rick Kraft of Norman County East please come forward to accept the sportsmanship banner on behalf of his school and community. Congratulations to both schools for winning the sportsmanship banner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, silver medals will be presented to each member of the worthy runners-up from Carlton. Please step forward as your name is called. Nick Hannanen. Damian Bryant. Paul Prato. Doug Kurtula. Jeremy Jokinen. Paul Stein. Tim Munch. Dan Jones. Chris Munch. Joe Bain. Sam Pearsall. Mike Wilson. Matt Kurtula. Chris Sauter. Bob Berthium. Student manager Patty Kobus. And student manager Jenna Willie. And now will the captain or captains of Carlton please come forward to receive your second place trophy. Congratulations to assistant coach Derek Wheats and head Bulldog coach Mike Devaney and the entire Carlton official party. And now gold medals will be presented to the state champions from Norman County East. Nathan Anderson, Adam Broers, Brandon Stunis, John Gullingsrud, Kyle Olson, Jeff Plattner, Mike Severson, Rick Kraft, Dan Pinsky, student manager Jeremy Sather, and student manager Justin Tillich. And now the captain or captains of Norman County East come forward to receive your state championship Class A trophy. Congratulations to assistant coaches Mike Sather and Keith Hansen and the head Eagles coach Kevin McKeever and the entire Norman County East official party. This concludes the award ceremony for Class A.
The Eagles are bringing a state championship back to Twin Valley up in northwest Minnesota. Congratulations to Norman County East.
Yeah, they do it in convincing fashion. 75-48, played excellent defense, shot the ball real well, but defensively is what won them this ball game. The first quarter ended with a 17-17 tie. In the second quarter, they really denied Carlton any inside shots, any real good outside shots. They just played excellent defense.
We'll hear from the winners in a moment. Norman County East is the Class 1A champion.